Here we are at the Valley Trail Riders Nancy Boys Sprint Enduro in Bentley, Michigan. This is the morning session, so this is Brayden's. This is actually Brayden's second lap. Lap one, he crashed pretty hard going over one of those jumps, the jump before the tire jump, and basically got bucked at the top and fell like 10 to 12 feet straight to the ground, knocked the wind out of himself. So after that point on that lap, he was pretty timid for the remainder of the lap and wasn't really great to watch. So this is a little bit better lap. So we're posting his second lap, and then when he gets to that jump that he crashed on lap one, we'll go ahead and put that footage in, rewind it, watch it in slow-mo, and then we'll jump back into lap two footage here. So this track today was a lot of tight single track for the kids. Probably pretty similar to what we rode as well. A lot not real flowing. A lot of back and forth, twists and turns, fitting your bars between trees. So they didn't go off and ride the second loop that we ran. So they ran, I think, what was a 4.5 mile loop 3 different times here in the morning session. So Braydens had big crashes in back-to-back weeks now. We were at the Hare Scramble over in Toledo last week, and he got cross-threaded going through the woods at a pretty good clip, and actually got shot off and hit a tree hard enough to rip his radiator off the bolts on the side of his bike and push it back into his gas tank about an inch where it was indented. So we got that all repaired and replaced this week, and then so he's trying to get back in the swing of things from that crash, and little does he know he's got another one coming up here shortly. He did say finally by his third lap he was starting to feel pretty confident again, get kind of back in the flow, but I think his first lap was about 20 minutes, and then his second lap was, I don't know, 17 or 18, and then he dropped his third lap about a minute below that. So he was pretty shook up after getting the wind knocked out of him. I don't know that he's ever really had that before, so I know the first time I got the wind knocked out of myself, it takes some time to recover. You don't know what's going on when it's never happened before. Kind of scared him a bit. So this is the way he wished he would have done it on lap one, and then I'm going to wind this back here and show you what actually occurred on lap one. He just guns it, and then he got bucked right there at the top and had to fall. Ouch. As a dad, that's hard to watch.
Okay.
As I watch that back, it's incredible he didn't break a collarbone or dislocate a shoulder or worse. So just thank God there's no injuries off that incident there.
I can't breathe.
You got the wind knocked out of you, that's all, hopefully. Huh? Just take it easy, relax. Go get your bike. Hold on. Just take it easy, no hurry. This is a parade lap.
So now we jump in back to lap 2 footage here. So this is basically just picked up where we had left off there previously. So overall there, from the start to finish, from the time he had crashed, he got back up, I think it was about a minute. So he probably lost 3 to 4 places there at that point. I think just 3 maybe got by him. So this is the same as our section that we rode in the afternoon here on this lap, kind of cutting along the edge of this field and this grass track here. It looks like they ran that same section that we ran. And I mean, really, we lucked out 2 weeks in a row now, having absolutely perfect soil, no dust. Had a little bit of standing water here, but not a lot. And throughout the day, that even dissipated. So that rain last night that came through, I think it was 5 a.m. We had camped actually the night before, and I think it was about 5 a.m. The wind started picking up, and I had staked the tent because it was so calm the night before. I was like, I don't need to worry about this. We're sleeping, and it's not gonna blow away. Well, it started blowing, and it started pushing the tent in on us. So we woke up at 5 as the rain was coming in and staked our tent, and we got out just as our pop-up tent that we put our table and bikes under was blowing over. Grabbed that, we just took the canopy off of it at that point. We didn't want to mess with it, stake all that down at that point. So we just ripped the canopy off, threw it in the truck, and hopped back in the tent to beat the rain. But hindsight, next time we'll stake our tents the night before so we don't have to worry about that. So we had about a 4-hour drive back to Indiana after this, and because of that, I didn't ride the entire afternoon. I rode one of each segment, and as I was riding and back to the truck, we had a 3-mile ride on the roads to the other land that we rode on. So as I was riding, I was looking at the time, and I thought, I'm going to be getting back at 11 o'clock at this rate if I ride all three segments. So I made the executive decision to pack up while I felt good and get on the road a little bit early. So I think we were on the road by 2:30 probably, and I got us home about 6:30, and I'm thankful I did that. I'm not in a points battle or racing for points or anything. I'm just out here having fun. So I think I rode between these two segments and the 3 miles there and back. I think I rode 24 miles, and I was happy with that. It was a good day. I felt good afterwards, and we're gonna be racing the family Enduro over in Greenville, Ohio next Saturday, and then on Sunday we're gonna be up at the Hare Scramble. So we got a double header and a lot of driving next weekend too. So thought I'd take a little bit easier this weekend. Amazing how much faster he looks on this lap compared to the first lap, and then knowing that he was a whole minute faster on his third lap than this lap just goes to show you what a crash can do to your confidence or lack thereof once you do have a big one. Will say Bally did a great job marking these trails. There was never at any point in time where I felt that I was gonna miss a turn or I had to turn around because I missed the turn. There was a couple times that I overshot a turn and had to turn around and go back, but not because it wasn't marked well. I mean, everywhere that I went, there was arrows or tape. There needed to be tape. I mean, they did a good job as far as that's concerned. And the obstacles for the extreme section was awesome. They had the tire jump. They had some logs. They had the tire tower, whatever you want to call that thing, where they had the 3 tiers of tires. So pretty cool. Some things that you don't see typically for the sprint enduros or any of the Hare Scrambles. That was pretty cool that they did that. And it was cool that they put it into place where the fans could easily access it to watch, because it was a lot of fun to watch if you enjoy watching people crash. I do know, I did hear that one individual did break their collarbone going over one of those, so thoughts and prayers go out to him. Hope he makes full recovery. I'm not sure who it was. My son had told me that he was standing there and somebody had crashed and did break their collarbone, so hopefully that was the only injury that happened today, the only one that I heard of anyway. So, but overall it was pretty cool to watch the bikes go through there. A lot of action. I almost feel like when they're on the smaller bikes like this, it's almost advantage to them when they're going through these tight technical sections where the bars barely fit through the trees. And I know Brayden's bars are about 2 inches narrower than what mine are on a big bike, and he's on a YZ85 here, so makes me want to cut my bars down a little bit. I think I'm going to do that this winter actually, just to help out with some of this tighter stuff that we ride sometimes. Closing in on the end of the video here, but I wanted to thank Valley Trail Riders and Michigan Sprint Enduros and the landowners that allowed us to ride on your land this afternoon. It was a real pleasure. Had a great time. Brayden had a great time, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.